So Fortnite went to the last option to revive the game, which was to bring back the OG map in some capacity, which they did with the miniature OG map and somewhat a weird concept. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. As soon as the game mode was released, the player count spiked instantly. It had more players playing the reboot, which is what it is named, than any other game mode combined, including battle royale, creative maps, everything. So imagine combining all of that, just comparing it to the reboot one, it had more players still, which is absolutely insane and just shows all the players just want to play OG and nothing else. And honestly, it also shows how bad battle royale has been this season, because if people are able to ditch that straight away, it shows that battle royale is just not it this season. We have some questions about this game mode, and that is, will it stay there forever, permanently? We don't know that yet. They named it reboot, which refers to two things. First, you can literally be rebooted infinitely until a timer ends, and that's around one of the last zones, I believe, where it'll show that the time has ended, and from that point on, if you die, you die. Basically, you don't come back. But for the majority of the game, you're able to come back and you can just get rebooted as long as one of your teammates is alive in your squad. Second, it just brings people like back on the game that weren't playing previously, and I guess it is a decent name for it, because people that haven't been playing the game recently, which is a majority of the people, since the player count has spiked downwards really badly, and I made a video about that. It's on the screen right now. Make sure to watch it if you haven't already. I'll go into more in depth on the player count there. Anyhow, well, I did play the battle royale. I did play the reboot game mode a few times now. The background video is just me carrying my squad to the win, and I have some issues with it, and let's just say Epic Games definitely planned this one thoroughly. They made the game mode squads only, which is very smart from them, as if one person in a group starts playing the game and see that it is squads and they have no one else to play, they're more inclined to invite the friends that are not playing the game to jump on the game and squad up, thus gaining the players, which is why I explained that in that video too. In the game mode, there is a maximum of 40 players, which is fine if they didn't get rebooted every 30 seconds. For some it might be annoying, for some it's just entertainment, and I get to that in a bit. And not once but infinite times until the last few zones where it gets disabled. It feels more like creative, but I'm not here to complain. The overall game mode is extremely entertaining. With the reboot mechanic, players don't need to spectate for too long. The maximum you gotta spectate for is around 30 seconds, 35 seconds. As long as one of your teammates is alive, you'll still get rebooted. It makes the player feel like they're always in the game and ready to make an impact, which isn't reciprocated in the other game modes, except for creative of course, where if you die in battle royale, you have to wait until one of your teammates actually goes to the reboot van and pulls the reboot off, which actually takes like quite some time, like around 20 seconds to pull up the reboot van off yourself, and by then people can chase you, kill you even. If your mate not even get rebooted, to be fair, your teammate might just die before getting to reboot. And this game mode doesn't rely on that. It just means as long as one of your teammates is alive, you just get into the action straight back in. You do start with a great AR and no loot, so you gotta loot up a little bit more, but the loot seems plenty on the map. When you die, you still find a ton of loot, which is very generous from Epic Games. The loot pool is perfect, just like the one in OG Fortnite. There is a OG Pump, Scar and Grapple, and of course there are more, but I'm not going to list them all, otherwise the game video will be quite long. I'm not going to do that. They didn't release solos or duo game mode yet. I'm assuming it will drop later. Duos is already in the works, as some leakers have leaked them out. Solos, there hasn't been any leaks about, so I'm not sure if that's coming. Maybe coming in like a few weeks, because I feel like they don't want to release solos because they don't want the players playing by themselves, and I'm not sure how the reboot mechanic would work in solos anyways. The map is extremely small, and low-key I do like it. I'm not gonna lie, I do like it. The matches last around the same time, around 20 minutes, but again the action is more. If not, it actually lasts longer than the normal battle royale game due to the reboots, and this results in finding the players very quickly. You're always in the action, you're always fighting someone, easy to find players. The way to get eliminated in this game mode is when all your squad members die and none of you have been like actually in the game. None of you have been rebooted, so all die within 30 seconds. We don't know if the game mode will stay permanently, but what's for sure is the hype for the next OG, whatever they're going to do. They did say they're going to do OG Chapter 2. It's going to be a bit less, because as I'm assuming this reboot thing will stay in the game for at least a season, and as we know, hype over time depreciates. if you already received it. So let's see what happens in the future. With that being said, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I would appreciate any type of support. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the reboot and how it has been for you, and I'll make sure to respond to some comments. Appreciate the support. Peace out.